Okay, so you know what you're looking for. We're after just like what Zach has got here with this back arm. Elbow up, elbow to the ball, and the hand stay down. Hand stay down, palm is on the pitch. Okay? That's a pretty darn good position you're in there. That's pretty darn good. From here, the hand is going to throw out. We get contact. Now it's going to straighten and pronate after contact. Beautiful. So we've got to finish it. Okay, now let's talk about the legs. Okay? And when I pull up your live swing, really with your drill, you really got to get a smoother hand action. You know, you're kind of tying yourself up, and it's that wrist is making things look kind of goofy, and you're letting the bat get flat back there. Okay? We want that bat to stay up. The legs, okay, back leg does two things. I guess I'll just stay with this since this is what you'll be able to see. Back leg, you lift the foot, back leg gets ready, and the back leg drives sideways. Now, as you're hitting these, who's getting more drive out of their legs?
Jack.
Right. Okay? Your back leg is very soft here, which means that you start using your upper body a lot more sooner. Okay? It's even worse when you're live because you're not even that leveraged or tilted. Okay? So, now with Zach, the key isn't, and honestly, I think Zach's back foot probably kicks over a little too high and a little too far there, if I'm going to nitpicking. What we want is we want that leg to drive from the top side. Okay? Let's take a look now. All right. All right. Okay. One thing that you've got to fix, Pat, is watch how low you get when you're getting ready. See how much bend there is in your knee? See how quiet their back knee is? See, there's no movement there. And so you go from I'm going to trace your head. This is your stance. I mean, you're almost a full head down. So, well, you got to say, well, what's causing that? It's the extra knee movement. So he's got a lot of, he starts really tall, and then he's got a lot of movement. If you look at Zach and Adrian, you can see how that back leg is kind of already preloaded. So there's less to do. Okay, now, and so neither one of them have anywhere close to the head drop that you've got there. And so, really, the knees, Patrick, the knees should be very quiet during the swing, okay? Meaning, okay, here I am, I'm preloaded, okay? This back leg's got to do two things. What does it got to do? It's got to get ready, and it's got to go. And it's going to go every pitch you see for the rest of your life. It's going to get ready and go every time, okay? But when you look at it, the action is up here. Look, the action's up here at the top of the leg. It's not in my knees. So watch how quiet. They're like firm shock absorbers. There's a little bit of firm bounce in them, but it's very firm. And so it looks like here. See, my knees aren't doing much. It's all here at the top. Now, they're not landing straight, not jackknifing. They're not stiff, but they're not active either. They're just there to kind of absorb force. You got to get rid of all the knee activity. Okay?
I think that's what I keep seeing when we come in here, and I'm like, you're bouncing too much. I don't know,
Okay, here's the other thing. Look how it shows you, and I think this is kind of a chicken and the egg deal. How his foot's already turning over. He's already shoelaces here. They're still fairly sideways. His chest is already out to the front. They're still really sideways. Okay, so what's going on is Pat's not getting nearly as much out of this, so he's soft here, which forces him to compensate and use this. So I could throw, being real soft with my back leg, but when I don't push here, I start all this up here much sooner, and my upper body isn't as strong as my legs. Especially you, Pat, you got big old thick strong legs, and you're not using them.
I know.
You're not. So you can see here, you can really see Zach really pushing there from the top of that, whereas you're more concerned with turning it. So you get almost no. You're unweighted. You're unweighted there, which is good. You don't have any weight on it. You see how they're getting some forward. There's a little bit of forward slide there, just a few inches. I think Zach could probably calm that down. That's probably a little too much. But your foot never does move forward. See what I'm saying? Okay. So that leg's got to go, and it's trying to go sideways. It's got to get ready and go, and it's got to go sideways. Okay. Let's look at the front side now. Okay. Watch how your front side, your immediate move is to bail the foot open. Look how and Zach, about not that bad. Zach's foot is not always quite this good either. That was one of the ones where I said, Zach, let's really focus on front side. But he's able to feel it and fix it. You got to be able to, be able to at least do it in practice, so at some point it becomes permanent. I would say in the game, Zach's front foot is not that good. His always is that good. But this, it just sets up a lot of leakage. See how your knee faces out towards the pitcher? Their knees are both still really sideways. You've got both knees already at the pitcher. Your knees are still facing the camera. Make sense? Okay? These fixes are really simple. They really are simple, but they're not easy. They take time and desire. Okay, and then we see both of their chests. See that? Okay? And we see a lot more of your back, and their spines look like this, and your spine looks like that on both of them, right? And so that's your DNA right now. That's the way you hit the ball. You see it? And really, keeping it simple, it comes back to, if you don't drive with this, then you compensate. So you're not using this muscle, so you're going to use these. Yeah, and if you want to film the TV, this you can, that's fine. Okay, here are the simple coaching cues, okay? He's got to quit doing the knees so much, okay? Quit bending it. He's got to quit turning the front foot and quit spinning the back foot, okay? And then with the upper body, I need less turn there also, more tilt. So less turning of the feet, less turning of the upper body, more tilt with the upper body, and less activity at the knees. So it's really less knees, less turning the feet, less turning the upper body. I'm asking him to do less, okay? And then you combine that with really making that top hand throwing arm perfect, meaning, the hands stay down, palm on the pitcher. His throwing pattern isn't nearly as smooth. Patrick's elbow is really kind of quiet there and dead. There's no much difference between, see how their elbows load up and lift? And Patrick's is kind of dead. Everybody's elbow slots in, and Pat's in a good position when he slots. That's pretty darn good. Right there is good. It's a really good slot position. The way he gets there needs to he needs to have a little bit more going into that position. A little bit more elbow load. But that's it. Quit spinning the feet, quit spinning the upper body, more tilt with the upper body, finish the throwing motion, and quit bouncing the knee. Quiet the knees there.